Hey, what's up, guys? Just thought I'd make another quick video here talking about what I would like to get for the PS4 whenever I do purchase it after Christmas. So I'm pretty excited. I'm trying to figure out what games I'd like to get. So far, these are the games I'd like to get as far as because they're games I would like to have or games that are in a cheap price point. So I've got 5 of them here so far. 2 of them I already have, which is a little, well, no, actually 3 of them I already have, which is a little disappointing, but if it means from migrating over to the PS4, if it means moving from the PS3 to the PS4, I don't mind getting these particular games again, mainly because 2 out of 3 of these games are games that I think run like shit on the PS3 that would actually benefit from being on the PS4, and those 2 games are Grand Theft Auto 5 and Battlefield 4. Grand Theft Auto 5 mainly because, well, excuse me. Grand Theft Auto 5, the one I have on PS3, I don't actually own that version. It's actually a buddy of mine who had bought an extra copy so I could play it, and then he was going to sell his copy and then keep the copy that I have. It's complicated, but yeah, that's how that worked. So I was able to play Grand Theft Auto 5. I played the single player, the online. I platinumed the game. And really all I do now is play it for when the updates come out. But I would like to play the updated version just because, especially on the PS4, there's stuff like when an explosion happens, you do get some frame stutter sometimes. Sometimes, I know in the single player, you actually do get frame loss going in and out of like vehicles and stuff. You actually see the game kind of slow down for, a couple seconds. And just for those little perks of smoothing those things out, as well as I'm sure with the new versions, you obviously have the first person mode, and I believe a few other things that you can do. New music. They added a whole bunch of stuff. I haven't really kept up on it, but I figured to have an actual legit version for myself. Some people were asking why I wasn't going to get it on the PC, mainly because most of my friends are on the PS4 and not on the PC. I only have 2 friends that really play PC anyway. So it really wouldn't benefit me to get it on the PC because I would like to continue the online. I may get Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC in the future, maybe for mods or something, but it'll have to be on a Steam sale or something. I'm not going to give full price for it twice. Even giving full price for it now I feel is kind of a ripoff, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 was one of the games. Next one was Battlefield 4. Now, I already have this on multiple platforms. I originally got it on the PC with my graphics card, so I didn't pay a dime for it. Again, the game was broken for a long time, so I really didn't want to play it at all, so I uninstalled it. I still have the ability to re-download it if I want to in the future. And I really wanted to play with the 64 players and all that, and having the higher resolutions, just better frame rate overall, just a lot of stuff. So I ended up getting it on the PS3 for my birthday. Somebody got it for me as a gift, which I was appreciative of. That's currently the version I've been playing, and it's currently the version I will be playing until I get the PS4 version. Now, why do I want the PS4 version? Well, quite frankly, A, to migrate off the PS3, but B, the PS3 version, I can really feel that the game feels aged. It's probably one of the worst frame loss games I've ever seen, especially in multiplayer. If you get doing really good, like on a real good kill streak in the game, and you're on foot, and there's, you're trying to kill all these guys and do all this stuff, your game starts chugging really hard. Like, the console starts chugging really hard, and you start getting all this frame loss, and you pretty much usually will die because you've just done so much in the game, it starts to really slow it down. And it's really weird, but again, that's just how it is. But I'm sure on PS4 and all that, from what I understand, and I never experienced this on PC ever, so I assume with the PS4 it'll be the same deal as the PC, and we won't have any problems. The PS3 version still has some glitchiness and stuff, which is a bit disappointing, but you know, it is what it is. But I would like to upgrade off of that version and finally have a proper version to play. But anyway, that's Battlefield 4. The next game, which I've also platinumed, I platinumed all three of these games. But I'd like to get this again just to have, you know, have a version of it to play, especially if I'm going to, you know, play the PS4. I would like to get this game mainly because it's cheap. It's only about $17 at GameStop, and that's Minecraft PlayStation 4 Edition, which I'd really like to play. In fact, I didn't even know that that was out. I thought because Microsoft had bought it, maybe they didn't have a PS4 version. And I remember hearing about a Vita version, but I figured that had just came out. But no, they've actually had this version out, and it's released, so I do plan on picking up Minecraft on the PS4, because I played it on the PS3 and I enjoyed it. I can't say it's the best game ever, like some people are making it out to be, but for it being on PS4, I really don't know what they've added. I'm interested to look up to see what they've added, but I enjoyed the game, and it's a very good time waster game, especially if I don't have enough money at the end of the day to get too many games. This is just my idea about the first 5 games I want to get because they're cheap, with the exception of Grand Theft Auto. So yeah, Minecraft, again, I just like to have the game because it's cheap, and it's a game that I know, and I've enjoyed it, and yeah, so I'd like to get Minecraft for the PS4. The next game, the next 2 games actually, are games that I have not played, and these 2 games here, there's only a couple reasons for why I would like to play them, so I'll go ahead and get into that. Watch Dogs I was always interested in, but I've never played it, so I don't really know much about it. From what I hear, you know, it's pretty dodgy port, at least for the PC. You know, especially when you could get it looking like the E3 2012 build. That's really disappointing to see that they took the feature away. And plus I don't like using Ubisoft's Uplay on PC, so I really have no interest in getting it on the PC. And with that being said, I'd be perfectly fine getting this game on the PS4. I would have gotten it on the PS3, quite possibly, just to actually be able to play the game. But the game has been very, very expensive. It's like 50 or 55 bucks to play it on the PS3. But if you want to play it on the PS4, currently it's only 40 bucks. And I think after Christmas it'll be even cheaper. So that's what I'm banking on anyway. So about between a $40 or less game, okay, I'd be willing to give Watch Dogs a chance for that. Plus, I really want to play a fresh experience sort of game. And playing Grand Theft Auto 5, I don't think is going to make it feel very fresh at all, because I put 350 hours into the game. 250 being the online, and about 100 into the single player to 100% it and all that. 60 for the main story, and then 40 for the miscellaneous stuff. Very fun to play on the PS3, but if I'm getting it again, it's not like I'm really going to be gaining anything. So that's why I feel $60 is a pretty big ripoff for Grand Theft Auto 5. For me, I don't think it's a ripoff for people who haven't played it yet. It's a great game. But outside of that, it is pretty shitty to see, you know, even if you have an old copy. Like, if that old copy would be worth 30 bucks and I could get the game, say, for 30 bucks, then sure. I'd say it's worth 30 bucks of add-ons. But outside of that, not so much. And the last game is literally because the game is cheap. And that is... Sorry, I had to close the door. The last game that I'm picking is pretty much just because it's cheap. And that is Call of Duty Ghosts. Oh, but it's the worst Call of Duty. You said Call of Duty's gay. You don't like Call of Duty. It's a shit game. Whatever I've said about it. And I still feel that way. I still feel that the multiplayer really isn't anything special. I will never play the Call of Duty multiplayer. In fact, I'm looking to get Black Ops 2 on the PC just so I don't have to have the online trophies to stain my account. because I don't want to play the online. I don't care about the online. I would like to play the single player because I heard that was really fun. And that's all I care about with these Call of Duty games is the single player. Just to have a fun little cheap $20 game to play and have fun with. For me, these Call of Duty games are worth no more than $20. And for me, it's just worth it for the campaign. Okay, the campaign and the co-op or the multiplayer modes, like say zombies or whatever else might be added into the other games, like combat training. So that's pretty much how I feel about those games. Overall, I don't really have any other feelings towards these games. Like I said, it's a $25 game. It's 20 on PS3 or 25 on PS4. I figured spend the extra $5, get it on PS4. Maybe I'll go back and trophy whore it or rent it on the PS3 and do that. But other than that, I don't really care. I'm not gonna get that on the PS3 if I could get it on the PS4. I don't think the campaign looks that enthralling, but it looks somewhat interesting to command that dog to do stuff. But I haven't really seen much of the campaign. I thought the opening looked really cool. It was in space, which I thought looked really neat. Apparently that's where you start out at, but other than that, I think it's just probably just a generic sort of military shooter. But I would like to have something that's at least fresh for me to play. So I'm just trying to pick up games that are cheap, fresh to play, something fun, something to keep me entertained. And I'll find other games as long as they keep going cheaper. I guess one other game was also Assassin's Creed 4, but the game really hasn't went down. It's about $27, I think. And I think that's on PS3 and PS4. So they're about the same price. So I'd like to get Assassin's Creed 4 as well, because that looked like it was a really fun game. But outside of that, 5 or 6 games, that's pretty much what I would like to get on the PS4 as far as right now. There's other games I'd like to pick up in the future, but they're way too expensive right now, like The Evil Within. I'd like to at least give that a rental or maybe a buy at $20, but from what I've heard, the game's not really what it was hyped up to be, so I just don't have an interest in it. And then, of course, Alien Isolation. Again, another game I would like to play, but not too psyched for it, I've heard good things about it, but I just really don't know. If it goes on Steam sale and it's really cheap, I'll get it there, but I would like to try and get some of these games on the PS4 just to have some games. So that's just my whole idea and opinion on the whole thing. So just thought I'd let you guys know about that, make a quick video on the PS4 side of stuff, games I'd like to get, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening, take care, and we'll see you next time. Peace.